So here we are at the grocery tour. So we're going to get started. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go all the way around the grocery store. So we all know that that's where we really want to do most of our shopping. So, but today when there is an area, something that you have questions about, please let us know. So we'll go, so we can go there. But basically we're going to start with our fruits and vegetables. We'll go into the little bit of takeouts there, how we're going to handle that. We'll go over the hummuses, nuts and seeds, and things of that nature. So, okay? Good. I haven't even seen these yet, but so what I'm gonna, this is what I'm thinking about when I look. Cauliflower pretzels. Okay. Right now I see here, made with real veggies, plant-based, non-GMO verified. This is, I really love this. Non-GMO verified is a great thing. So we're gonna go over here, we're gonna look at the ingredients. Cassava flour, cauliflower flour, non-GMO cornstarch, which is good. Non-GMO canola oil, cane sugar, yeast, vegetable broccoli, carrots, tomatoes, beets, shiitake mushrooms. So what do I think of these? There's 330 milligrams of salt for 20 Swiss. That's like 25% of what you're really recommending. So it's really salty. How many of us really are only going to eat little 20 of these? Probably you're going to eat a little bit more than that. We're probably not going to make you feel really good. So even though that looks all fancy and stuff, but it's probably, if it's a party and you have to have pretzels, okay, maybe you give them a try. But is there much difference? Yeah, there's 3 grams of fiber versus when you buy pretzels, there's about 2 grams. That much different? Not really. And then like the price, $3.49 for that many pretzels. You know, so we want to think like that. We'd rather buy things that are, you know, good quality food for that money. Okay, so what I'm thinking about when I get into the grocery market here, I'm trying to buy things that are not from across the world. I'm trying to buy them close. We're in New Jersey, nothing's growing right now. So we have to keep that in mind, right? Okay. We have to eat, right? But at the same time, so what we're going to look here, you want to buy, also once again, you want to buy things that are in seeds, they're going to be cheaper. So here's some things, but look, they're all like rotten. So first, use your common sense if it's, you know, right. They're rotten, they're not going to last. But here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at these halos. Where are they coming from? Oh, non-GMO verified. Well, of course they're non-GMO. They're California, USA. This is a gem. This is really nice because a lot of times these are coming from Spain, you know, at this point. So this is great. Yeah. So you want to like see, this would not be what you would want. It's already been like it's soft. Yeah, and then this one is probably not going to ripen until it's been fruits. So I don't really have to let them ripen on the counter. I buy them unripe and I let them ripen. Go through here. See how that's too much? You kind of feel that's too tender. So that's going to be rotten. This one might be better. Kind of just going around.
What about that green one over there? Way over there.
It's got brown on it already, so I would, you know, almost even at 79 cents, I might not even get them. Okay. I probably wouldn't even get them. Would you, Casey, would you get them?
No.
Casey's not buying them.
We're at some prepared foods that sometimes go on sale, but sometimes these are great additions to your foods that are more convenient. Okay. So right here we have our guacamole. So we just reviewed that the avocados were cheap, but they weren't any good. So, but here we get all this for $5. That's a pretty good deal. If you think you could make a couple meals, maybe you make a taco salad, maybe you make some Mexican burritos, or something that you could actually add that to. Great, you know, it's great.
And that's okay to buy? Yeah.
Yeah, this would be okay. So what are we going to do? We're going to change the ingredients and we're going to make sure. Avocado, tomato, onion, lime juice, jalapeno, white vinegar, seasoned pepper, salt, granulated garlic. Perfect. There's no preservatives. So this is great.
You can even just use that as a dip.
Use it as a dip, and I use it a lot of times as a salad dressing.
So do I.
But this would be a great value to get, and you know, it cuts down on your meal prep time. You know, same thing here. This fresh salsa. This is amazing. You know, like no preservatives. All good. So you can get that too.
Go ahead.
So here we're at the organic produce. So once again, we want to remember our dirty dozen. So we want to remember those things. Apples are on our dirty dozen. Pears are on our dirty dozen. Strawberries are on our dirty dozen. Celery, potatoes,
Peaches, grapes, spinach,
okay, grapes.
nectarines, and tomatoes.
Those are the things that you want to buy organic. Okay, so those. Now, once again, when we're buying organic, we want to make sure it looks good. Their stuff looks really good today. I mean, this looks all really
And
good.
you should buy the apples organic.
Yes, buy apples organic, buy pears organic. Oh, here's like an example. My father, you know, I just driving him and then giving him the pears after. So I'm giving him my organic pears, and he eats them all down because they're really so tasty. Where I see them on his counter, they just go, the ones he buys, they're not as tasty. There's no inclination to eat them. Here's another thing. Sprouts. You know, sprouts are healthy, but look, they can see they're kind of and then So that's like danger. You don't want to buy sprouts like that. Easier to grow your own. We should teach you about growing sprouts.
We could do a workshop.
We do that sometimes. Broccoli. That could be a clean 13, so you don't always have to, but sometimes it's more flavorful.
Prices aren't bad either.
Cauliflower, that's also a clean 13, but it's, you know, like if you can see, it's $5.99. We might be able to, what I would do is I'm going to go compare.
Okay.
And I'm going to decide whether or not it's
Worth that.
They're organic, okay? Strawberries are important to get organic. There's 20 in 2018, there are 24 pesticides on strawberries. So remember we talked about endocrine disruptors? If we eat strawberries that aren't organic, we're putting that in our body, putting us more at risk of weight gain or difficulty losing weight. Okay, plus, what about cancer? So, now once again, strawberries aren't necessarily in season, but in Watsonville, they are. So, if you can afford it, I don't know how much they are. $7.99. See, I would pass on that. I'd get an apple, personally, but
Right.
look, half of them you can't even eat. They're not even ripe. Yes. They're cutting this stuff up. Now, honestly, sometimes they put something in there to make it last, so it might not by cutting it up yourself. But if you don't have the time, it's better to buy these things. But sometimes I notice that chopped up broccoli has a flavor. So,
I think they put some kind of gas
but
in the
I
gas.
look at it when I cut my butternut squash, it's like an arm workout. You know, I look at it like that, so I'm okay with that. But then we have all of our greens. We want to be eating, especially this time of year, lots of dark leafy greens. It's going to help you with your vitamin D. It's going to help you with your immune system. The dark leafy greens, whether it's arugula, spinach, kale, those things are all section of the meat alternatives. So some of these are you know, good, some of them are not. I know we spoke a lot about these type of tofu noodles. So remember, tofu is already a processed food, and then this gets a little bit more processed. But everybody needs a treat. If you like them, they're good. Okay.
Yeah, they're okay. They're something different.
Yeah. So you have those.
They have a bigger selection than my shop right now.
And then I don't know this branded tofu. House foods. So tofu is another one that if you haven't tried, it's like there's lots of variety of things to do with it. You can make tofu scrambler. I just might sometimes scribble up vegetables and then just take my tofu and put it in and season it. There's a lot of bacon, lots of good things to do with it. I'm not a big fan of these kind of things, but yet sometimes, you know, as a holiday, we might eat these. This is a good one. tempeh. It's a plant-based fermented. So once again, good for the gut, good for you. Lots of protein in here.
What do you do with
Tempeh.
it?
Same thing. You can bake it. You can fry it up, saute it, put it in a salad. You can put barbecue sauce on it. It's something different. It's just another plant-based protein source. Something.
What's it look like on the back? Well, we've never had this. No, I never had that. Now the tofu, the regular tofu, sometimes I've had, but that's not tofu.
This is tempeh. It's a fermented food, like a fermented like yogurt, kind of like that. So healthy for you.
Okay.
Like 20 grams of protein. It's super healthy.
Maybe in a stir fry.
You can put it in a stir fry. So here we're still at the organic section.
Oh, this is the
Purple
purple.
potato. Did we talk about purple potatoes? Yes.
I never even knew where they were.
So here they are. Okay, we're really lucky to have these potatoes. Once again, this time of year, really good for your gut, especially after the holidays. Sugar that we've had in, put these into
Yeah. Okay, I'll bring it
eggplant
next week.
squash. You want something easy, cut it in the morning, put it on a baking sheet.
How many minutes did you bake that?
About 40.
Okay.
Put a little bit of like,
little oil? No.
I put water in there.
Huh?
I put it in a glass baking dish face down with water.
Okay, she uses a glass with a little bit of water at the bottom. I just use it on a cookie sheet, make down no water.
And then what do you do? Like scoop it out?
Yeah, just scoop it out.
So you just cut it in
I
half?
didn't have to scoop the seeds out. I save the seeds and I bake them at the very end because I like them. So this is another really easy meal with some vegetables. Like I'll bring this with some salad and it just makes it more hearty. Kombucha squash. This is really meaty, delicious, super healthy. You know, this is same thing, same way. And then you can just have chunks of it. You could also steam it, but baking it is it's a little bit different texture.
What about you do the same with the butternut?
Butternut, yep.
Cut it in half and bake it.
Scoop it, make it.
And you can mix them together.
Yeah. So those are really good staples to have during
Because then they're going to stay a while.
They're going to stay a while. They're not going to go bad. So once again, you need your citrus this time of year. So those are great ways to get your citrus. Okay. So here we're at the salad dressing. So we're going to look and see if there's any fresh salad dressings that we would recommend. Any of these that you all buy?
No, I usually buy a different brand. None of these.
None of these? All right, so we'll just pick this ranch. Okay, so this one has non-fat Greek yogurt, cornstarch, tapioca starch, carrageenan, and many people are really sensitive to locust bean gum, water, canola oil, which could be genetically modified. Right now, I would put this right back, right there, just by looking at that. Continue on modified cornstarch. It's no. Although it says no artificial.
There's more salad dressings.
Yeah, we'll find them. Simply dressed. Let's see what this one is. Non-GMO oil, which is good. Mainly that's your issue. You're looking for good quality oil, and many times these commercial dressings don't have that. Filtered water, canola oil. It says non-GMO oil, but it's not verified. It's not that little thing I showed you. So right now, for me, I put it back because I don't believe them. They should have gotten it. So here we're at the nuts. So this is another integral part of our every single day. Okay. So we're gonna look for raw or dry roasted. Okay. So raw is gonna be our first food. So I can't believe they have this many nuts. This is wonderful. So we have cashews. We can just eat them as a snack. We could soak them and make them into whipped cream if we were making a vegan dessert. We could make milk with it. So there's a lot of different things that we could just eat. Up here we have sunflower seeds. Lots of things.
Those are the
Snacks,
ones you bake.
salad. Yes.
The pumpkin seeds.
Pumpkin, we have pumpkin. You could do both. You could roast them as they are, but buy them raw and then roast them yourself. That's definitely.
Can you eat them all?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So remember, we want to just measure them. We got our apricots here.
I've never seen the dark ones. I did somewhere.
Not here. If we see them, I'll let you know. But
Okay.
see, they have sulfur dioxide on them, so we want to try to stay away from them.
About the ginger up there, that's not any good either, is it? Crystallized.
Oh yeah, that's like
Sweet. It's sweet. Like, okay, let's look here. Sugar added 29 grams in just.
Oh wow.
Who's going to eat that much of it? Probably not. But that's a lot of sugar. Remember, we're trying to shoot for 24 grams a day max. Another really good nut is pistachios. You can eat like 16 of these versus 6 as a. So they're, you know, I prefer to get the ones with the shell because you won't overeat them as much as where we're going.
Okay.
Here's another one, something good to look at is cranberries, sweet and dried cranberries. So we're going to look here, it's cranberries, sugar, sunflower oil. So is it really sugar? That's always the thing. You know, you have to trust it. At least it's not high fructose corn syrup. Okay? So sometimes if I find it sweetened with apple juice, it's a better choice than just the sugar. Now realize these will usually always be cheaper than all the packages, so you can always, you know, do your own thing. Like there's your pistachios. You could buy your oats here, you know, cheaper that way. Raw almonds, raw cashews. So you're gonna do better buying here than in those. When you're more careful about how you buy your stuff, you'll be able to buy more organic stuff by not buying the packages. So what I do at home is I keep some jars and these things go right into the jars.
And you wouldn't buy the dark chocolate cherries because they have too much sugar.
It wouldn't be, you know, no, I wouldn't buy that. It's cheaper, you wanted to have your vegetables, you know you're not going to have a lot of time with meal prepping. So sometimes finding party trays that are on sale are a good opportunity to have foods that you can put them in a stir fry the week, you could roast them, you could put them in salad, you could bring them as snacks. So, you know, when there's that excuse and I'm too busy, those are the times that you splurge a little bit instead of cutting yourself up by like this meal prepping yourself out.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we're at the seafood. So our goal is to get wild. We want to try to stay away from farm fish, okay? We want small fish, we don't want big fish. Let's see, what do they have wild? Hi, how are you? Good. So we have some salmon here. We have some halibut. Halibut's a good source of like vitamin D. Seafood section. And so what we're looking for at the seafood section is to buy wild fish, not farm raised, and try to stay away from Atlantic salmon. Okay, so that's our basic rules. So just go through and see what's wild and ask the seafood guy where it came from. Okay. So here we're at all the different hummuses. Can you believe this? All this is so easy to make your own hummus. So it's just putting some different beans and some lemon or some garlic in it, making your own hummus is so easy. But if you needed to buy it, you can do that. But what you want to look for is you want to see if there's any preservatives in each of them. Like there's citric acid in here, but that's pretty much it. Many times it's made with the antibiotics and the extra growth hormones, so you have to kind of be really, or you just ignore it, but it's, for me, I'm looking. It's hard to think I wouldn't try that. You know, I'm looking to see if it's, I wouldn't try that. Why? Because I'm looking to see if it's going to have no growth hormones. And it's,
What about this? natural mold inhibitor. These are going to be like made from processed because it's packaging.
Right. So they don't really say. Same thing. I probably went by this because they're not saying anything. And this. See if I could see one that I would think that we would get. I mean, maybe you're thinking I'm getting a little bit picky, but that's just how I try things.
That's what we're coming
But remember, feta is kind of a treat. It's not like to have all the time, or if we're gonna have it, it's just a little treaty crackers made with gluten-free oats crackers. I mean, these are, maybe for a treat. That weren't lunch meat. I don't think we really need. I want to see if I can show you one type of treat. Okay, so what I was talking about, cheese. USDA organic.
Never saw that.
So I would be okay with that if I was going to eat cheese. And here's another organic with the USDA. So now I know it's safe. That would be like what I would.
Let's see what that is. Okay.
So looking for that little seal is going to be really safe. But sometimes they'll say made without any growth hormones. Sometimes, so you just have to keep.
Okay.